All right, I guess we're live. Here we go. What's up, everybody? This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist, and we're doing a live. Let's see what this looks like. Boom. Look at that. Little brush, big brush. Little brush, big brush. Look at this. Beautiful. Bonjour. What's happening, Vivek? Let's make this thing. Let's make this this magic on a magic carpet ride. Check it out. Look at that. Is this good or what? What you guys think? Let me know. Hello. Look at this painting. This painting is going to be magnifique. It's going to be magnifique. Very, very, very beautiful. This is magnifique work. By the way, my friends, there are commissions available for those of you who love this work. I have commissions available. Unfortunately, I'm not running the commission special anymore. That was in the beginning to get people acquainted with my artwork. You could get a 16 by 20, and I told people this I told them for about a year or two. It's going to go away. People didn't believe me. You were able to get a 16 by 20 oil on canvas, okay, for $250. You are not going to be able to get it unless you go and win an auction, but you're not going to get a commission. You're just not going to get a commission, a 16 by 20 commission for $250 anymore. It's impossible. I will not do it. The only way you can get a 16 by 20 commission right now is if you pay me $1,900. Otherwise, it's not happening. And I warned people for about almost 2 years. I was like, I'm not going to do this forever. Same thing with many of the other stuff that I do, my friends. As soon as I get leverage, I'm not going to do it anymore. But somehow people thought I was going to do it forever. They kept saying, oh, okay, well, I'll think about it. Let me think about it. I get some people that I offered commissions, and they're like, let me think about it. They were still thinking about it when I changed the price. Now that I changed the price, I got flooded with emails. What happened to the $250 commission? I'm like, it's gone. It's adios. You didn't do it when I offered it. But I was thinking about it when I saw the price. Yeah, but you didn't pull the trigger when you saw the price. You were thinking about it. Thinking about it won't help you anymore. Boom. Wise decision, absolutely. And again, my friends, plein air. Yeah, it's like plein air. This is but it's not really plein air. I'm not outside. It's just the style. It's the plein air style, but it's not. I'm not outdoors. I'm in my studio. Oh, thank you so much, Antonio. Mucho bueno. Yeah, so I started offering commissions for smaller paintings, for like 16 by 20, a little larger than this. 6 inches up, 16 by 20. I started offering them so that people would see what I'm doing, and to learn the ropes, right? To learn the ropes on how to deal with multiple commissions at the same time. So I put myself in that situation, and that benefited the customer. It benefited the collector. It benefited the collector. And so I told many people, I'm not going to be able to hold selling my paintings, my commission paintings, for $250. Like, it's not a viable thing. It's just something that I'm doing right now. Okay, there's a couple of reasons. There's about 2-3 reasons why I did it. But regardless of, I told people the price is going to change, and you're not going to like it when the price changes, because you're going to think, how did it go from $250 to almost $2,000? Very simple. It was always worth almost $2,000. Okay, it was always worth that. I changed the price because I'm the artist that I can do that. See, a gallery can't do that. If a gallery does that, they go out of business. They can't do that. But the artist can. The artist can manipulate the price. The artist can say, you know what? This sells for $5,000, but I'm going to sell it for $1,000 or $500. Or I'm going to give it away. The artist can even give it away. Gallery can't do that. They go out of business if they give stuff away. They're not in the business of giving stuff away. You know why? Because they're not the producers of the artwork. So they can't do that. The producer can. I can say, you know what? I'm gonna give you a deal, or I'm gonna give it away to you, or I'm not. I'm gonna open a window where I'm going to run some deals, and then I'm gonna close it. Must be 10/16. This is 10 by 20. This is a 10 by 20. And so I told my friends that I was going to raise the price of the commissions. Again, it's just, a lot of people didn't believe me there. They're like, nah, it's probably just bluffing. I wasn't bluffing. So up until a week ago, you could still get a commission for $250. Less than a week. That commission, due to the demand of my work and what I'm doing now, the commission, the 16 by 20 oil and canvas, is only available right now at full price, $1,900. It's no longer available at a special price. I mean, I was giving those things away. Same thing with the auctions. I keep telling people, go get the auctions, guys. The auctions are not gonna stay like that forever. There's just no way. I keep telling people, go get them. I encourage friends and family. I'm like, because people that know me, they're like, oh my God, I want to buy your work. I'm like, dude, go to the auctions. Go to the auctions. It's where you can basically get them for free, man. They're basically there for free. There's nowhere near to the gallery price. Nowhere near the gallery price. You can go to an auction and get one of my paintings for $50, $100, $200. You know. Sorry, gotta go check eBay. Love that. What's up, Stephen? How's it going, Rebecca? And so it's just one of those things that I try to tell collectors, and I try to tell artists too. Don't do the same thing over and over, guys. Okay? At some point, you're gonna have to raise the price. At some point, do something so ridiculous that you can attract people to see what you're doing. Okay? And then go after you have enough traction, enough leverage. Okay, go and make some changes. But it's not until you have enough leverage and traction. Go start making the changes. Look at those clouds. Alicia says, so right, Jose. Thank you. Yeah, it's just going to take... It's going to take a little bit of traction for most artists. Just a little bit, not a lot. Just a little bit. Just enough where you feel like, oh, okay, I'm willing to do this, but I'm not willing to do that. Because now you have leverage, right? Now there's leverage. You can give away some stuff, but you can't give it away at all. Right? You have to start finding that space where you get paid. It's kind of like how social media platforms work. At first, everybody gets rewarded. You go to a new social media platform, kind of like TikTok right now. Everybody's getting rewarded. All you got to do is put some videos and just do it consistently, and that's what I see anyways. And people start getting like millions of followers, thousands or hundreds of thousands of followers. Everybody gets rewarded in the beginning. As soon as there's enough people in there, the algorithm's going to change. It's not going to reward just anybody. And if you want the attention, you're going to have to do what everybody does, what I do and everybody does who's running a career or a business. You're going to have to start paying some ads. You're going to have to start putting some real sweat equity into it. You're going to have to really start using it. Go and meeting people and shaking virtual hands and that type of deal. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And because all social media platforms are created so that they can sell you ad space. That's the reason they're created. They're not created for the reason most people think or most people use them for. Oh, it's to connect us. Yeah, but it's not to connect us the way we say it. It's to connect us so we can sell to each other. That's really what it is. So we can exchange. Everything's built that way. Nowadays, you can't do anything on Facebook. It's not going to go anywhere. You know, you put a photograph of your artwork. Good luck if anybody sees it. It won't go anywhere. Because if you want it to go somewhere, you're going to have to pay some ads. Look at that. Thank you so much, Alicia. And so I keep telling artists, hey guys, go to the social media platforms, start using them so much, because sooner or later, sooner than later, it's going to be so damn difficult to get people to watch you. As soon as they move from give, because that's what social medias do. They give, and then they're gonna start asking. They're gonna start asking. It moves from giving to asking. Everything works that way. And so I told people for a couple of years, guys, I'm going to basically be giving away my commissions. $250 for a 16 by 20. It's basically giving it away. There's gonna come a point where I'm not gonna be able to do that anymore. I'm not gonna want to or be able to do that anymore, because I'm gonna build enough traction where I'm gonna get it back to its original price. Some people took advantage. Some people were like, dude, that's awesome. I'm gonna go buy a commission. And lots of people thought I was gonna do it forever. And I just announced this week, it went from $250 to $1,900. There's no way you can get a 16 by 20 commission by me at $250 anymore. It's not happening. Unless I want it to happen, but as of now, it's not happening. Look at that. Cerulean phthalo, yeah, I love that color. Let's move to another painting, my friends. Let's do another one. Okay, so we're still doing the auctions. The auctions are still going on.
Tengo que ir al banco.
The auctions are still going on, of course.
Which one?
And if you want a kick-ass painting, right now, you can find it at auction for a fraction of the gallery cost. I mean, I won't even say a fraction, like nothing, nothing compared to the gallery price. You can find it on my eBay auctions. Now, I keep telling artists too, I don't know how long I can sustain that as well. I want to sustain it for a long time, but I don't know what that is. By the way, I started doing the commissions way before, the $250 commissions. I started doing that way before I did auctions. I started doing that on Craigslist. But its time was up. Let's move on to another painting. Let's see what this is going to look like. How's it going, Dev? What's up? What's up, Valerie? All right, let's move on to a larger piece. A little 16 by 20 right here. Speaking of 16 by 20s. And let's see what this is going to look like. Pow, baby. Here we go. So I'm going to start out with a very simple sketch, just a little drawing, using lamp black. Look at that. And then the whole saguaro thing. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. My boats are pretty dope. All right, let's paint our little cactus here. I'm gonna get some phthalo blue, some viridian, some yellow, and some red to make this special green. There we go. Look at that. Man, this is gonna be nice. I'm gonna kick some butt right now. Look at this. So kind of I mean, the whole thing is just fun, right? It's not serious. And part of the trick also is to paint whatever. Don't look for the right painting. The right painting comes after you do a few hundred. Okay, that's the right painting always comes after you do a few hundred, because you start. There's many things that happen. One of them, there is no such thing as a right painting. It's just that you do so many. It's based on a study. I forgot what college did that study, but it's based on a study that the more you do, the more chances you have of actually making something really good. But it's going to take numbers before you actually start doing something really good. And so I encourage artists to just create artwork and don't worry about the style or I mean, if I could put it in, I don't know, simplify it, or maybe talk to a poet or someone who could, or a writer, someone who could say it eloquently, how much I've learned about just creating. You don't want to do anything else other than create, my friends. You don't want to be looking for this, looking for that. How can I have a better brush stroke, or how can I get better theme for my paintings, better themes, subject matter. All of that is all of those things are distractions. It all comes from doing the work, but you have to do lots of work for it to come. It doesn't come from doing 1 or 2 hours every now and then. It comes from doing, even if it's an hour, from doing it every day. That's where it comes from. That's why Picasso said that he believed in inspiration, but it had to find you working. He knew exactly what he was talking about, because he was a machine. He could create artwork like pretty much none of his contemporaries. There's a lot of truth in that. There's a lot of truth in that. Let me switch the brush. And so all this thing about inspiration or creativity, all of those things are a lie. All those things are lies. They're lies created by the mind to get you to stop doing something that is very uncomfortable, which is work without seeing the manifestation or without seeing fruits. The mind gets you to stop it wants you to stop because the mind doesn't like to be uncomfortable. So every time that you're working and you don't see the fruits right away, it's evidence that it must not work, but it's not true. It's not true. It's just your mind trying to reason with you to stop. If you keep going, you're going to go into what people call beast mode today. You're going to go into a level, and this applies to whatever you do, by the way. Okay, this is not just for artists. This is for anything that you do. If you just keep going every day without stopping, you start doing some magic. Something starts happening. Very strange. It takes over. It takes over completely. And you're going to start understanding some stuff that other people out there don't understand, and they talk about, but they don't understand. You're going to start understanding. You're going to ask yourself first, why didn't I do this before? That's the very first thing you're going to ask yourself. Oh my God, why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I just start and never stopped? Whatever it is, it doesn't matter what it is. It is. I'm an artist, so I talk about art, but I've seen the manifestations of it in every angle of life. Practicing gratitude. Why didn't you start it and never stopped? Yoga, whatever you do, exercise, diets. It doesn't matter what it is. If you start and don't stop, you're going to ask yourself, why in the hell didn't I do this before? Why didn't I start earlier? I get a lot of people asking me how to make a full-time living as an artist. And quite frankly, my friends, it's so damn easy. But we make it complicated. It's about starting and not stopping. If you just start and just keep going, the whole thing starts opening up for you on its own. It's almost like magic. What's up, Bruston? What's happening, my amigo? I'm preaching here, man. Early. It's not that early. It's like noon where I'm at. It's noonish. But it's the fear that stops us, because we don't see the manifestation of it. So we ask ourselves, well, what's the point? But the manifestation doesn't come that fast and that easily. It's like planting a seed. And so it gets us to stop every time. And I'm confident about this. I've experienced this many times in my career. And every time that I made a jump, a quantum leap, if you will, it's because I started and never stopped. All quantum leaps that I've done happen to do with consistency. Little quantum leaps, right? I'm not talking about like some ridiculous thing. No, little things like, hey, how do I take this from I am painting alone in my studio to I'm having gallery shows every month or every week? Right? How do I do that? How do I go from I am, painting one painting a day, right, to I'm painting a couple dozen paintings, or I'm painting 50 pieces a day? How do I go from that to that? How do I go from earning $10K a month selling my artwork to earning $100K a month selling my artwork? It's all a matter of start and don't stop. Die, like Will Smith said, die on that fucking treadmill. Be willing to die on it. You're not gonna die, but be willing to. Be willing to stay on it and watch everybody get off of it. It's only been that. Broston says what you're saying is gold. Oh, thank you, my friend. Vivek says, indeed, Broston, indeed. Man, I'm feeling it today. It's only been that. It's nothing else. And so I try to say it as much as possible, because I think, I don't think that people don't know it, but I do think that they don't trust it. They know what I'm saying. It's true, but they don't trust it because they haven't stayed with it. So there's no reason to trust it. You know, I know exactly what that feels like because before I made some jumps in my career, I didn't trust that. I didn't trust it. You can only start trusting it when you start doing it. Sorry about that. Someone's calling me. Saludos, saludos. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Gabby says, you just motivated me into changing into my painting clothes. I'm going to paint something awesome. That's how it's done. That's how it's done. It's nothing but that. You know, and then there's all these people that keep saying, you have to do this. No, you don't. You just have to go and start painting something and don't stop. And do it the next day. And it doesn't matter whether you feel good about your painting or bad about your painting. Who cares? I promise you, if you do it every day, you're going to start feeling really good after 30 days. You're going to start feeling invincible. So it doesn't matter how you feel. Just keep going. The feeling is BS. It doesn't matter. Because the feeling, it's just it's your mind trying to get you to stop. It doesn't like to feel uncomfortable. Nobody's mind likes to feel uncomfortable. My mind rather be, I don't know, sitting somewhere doing something that is not uncomfortable. Something that is like, I don't know, watching TV, playing around with TikTok. I have no idea. Whatever, something else. But the uncomfortable, I don't know what the painting is going to look like. I have no idea whether what I'm doing is good enough or not. That's the gold. And because it feels uncomfortable, everybody stops. Everyone stops. And the key is to not stop. Because you transmute that uncomfortable feeling, if you do it enough, it gets transmuted into creativity, into self-esteem, into believe in yourself. It gets transmuted into something that is higher than you. Because you're operating, when you do something and it doesn't look like what you wanted, but you trust it, you start operating from a higher self. And that's how people get what they want. Pure platinum, baby. I love that. Saludos, saludos. Uriostegui says, eres motivación para todos los que nos gusta la pintura. Thank you. Muchas gracias, amigo. Gabby says, you sound like my husband. He always says that nobody feels like doing stuff. You just do it. Don't think. Absolutely. He's right. He's right, by the way. He's every time he's saying that, he's reminding, right? He's reminding his unit. He's reminding his family unit to be consistent. It's the most powerful thing, to be consistent. It's a reminder. I try to remind that to my son. More importantly, and my wife, right? It's not like they don't know. It's not like I don't know. I have to remind that to myself every day. My son sees me here every day. I'm hoping that he catches it by osmosis, that he sees that, and whatever he decides to do in his life, he realizes that it's just grabbing something and not letting it go. That's all. That's the trick of it. Grab it and don't let it go. Make it part of your day every day. But in case he does at some point forget it, or for whatever reason, well, I'm going to be that parent, that parent that we don't like when we're young, and then we learn to respect when we get older. I'm going to be that person that's going to be like, hey, dude, today, I'm tired, I don't feel like it, That's the way I see it anyways. Bruston says, yeah, but that's easy for safe. For what? For safe are the door slow pokes. Like, oh, slow pokes. Like myself have major problems. I hear that. Yeah, I hear that. Look, whether you do it fast or slow, if you don't stop, you'll get there. I didn't say that. Andy Warhol said that. Whether you do it fast or slow, if you keep moving, you're gonna get there. The trick is to not stop. It doesn't matter the speed you go. It doesn't matter if you're savvy with marketing or if you are. None of I've seen it all. I've like in my short life, man. I've seen it all. I've seen people that are fast talking get nowhere. I've seen people that talk very slow, they paint very slow, boom, reach super heights. And I've seen the opposites of it, right? And I try to look for that one thing. What is it? What is it that these people that seem to go higher in their careers, what is it that what's that core? What's that thing? The common denominator. And it's not sometimes, it's always, man. It's always. It's people that show up every day. It's always. Not sometimes, not in certain cases. It's always. It's just people that just, something happens. It's some sort of magic happens when you start doing it daily. There's a magic that gets applied. Some weird stuff, some stuff that goes beyond the physical, because the mind can't really conceive it. Even if you try to make sense of it, your mind's not going to be able to conceive it. The mind is not very smart. Although we owe a lot to the mind, it's not very smart. What's really smart is the spirit, the heart. The heart is very smart. The heart is very smart because it's intuitive, because it knows things. The mind doesn't know things. The mind tries to know things, but the heart knows things. So the mind is always looking for data. It's always looking to make sense. It's always looking to put things in balance, to put things into perspective. It's always measuring. The mind it's a measuring tool. It's always measuring. The heart is not. The heart is very old. It's primordial. It's older than the mind. If it wasn't, there wouldn't be stories like the Bible, like the fall of man, like the getting people out of the Garden of Eden, fall of grace, and all those things. All that happened because the mind became strong in humanity. The mind became strong, and it's a wonderful tool. But the heart is older. The heart transcends all of that. The heart has been there since the beginning of the whole thing, but we don't listen to it so much. That's why Einstein talked about it. Talked about the intuitive mind and the conceptual. Intelligent, the conceptual mind is a great servant, but it's a horrible master, right? It's the heart that you want to listen to. It's your heart. And I know it sounds like super airy-fairy, like how do I listen to my heart? The way that I found out that you listen to your heart is you do shit regardless of what your mind says. Like if you know it's good for you, stop listening to your mind. If you know that painting is good for you, that showing up and creating artwork is good for you, don't even look at what your mind has to say about it. Your mind's going to trick you out of it. If you need to wake up earlier, if you need to go to bed later, if you need to say to your friends, you know what, guys, I'm not going out today. I'm not going to go out and drink today. I'm not going to hang out with you guys today. Cool. Maybe next time. Peace out. I mean, whatever the situation is. This is one thing. One thing that I found out is that the mind is always going to look to try to trick you. This is why so many groups, religious groups, and why it almost sounds motivational when they talk. They're always talking about how the devil is trying to get you, kind of like Kanye, you know, they're like, with his Jesus walks thing. Because it's true. It's true, but it's I'm not religious, so I'm not thinking about the mythical aspect of that. But it's true in the sense that, yes, your mind is always looking to trick you. That's why in those old books they call it the Great Deceiver. It's always looking to trick you because it's constantly looking for comfort. Because comfort means that you're going to be safe. It's constantly looking for that. And it doesn't mean bad. It means well. Our minds mean well. They're trying to protect us. Right? They're trying to protect us, but they're harming us rather than protecting us. It just doesn't know that. It's fixated on protecting us, on the survival. And so it gets you to pull away from things that if you do, they're life changing. That's what I found out, and I found out through my own experience as an artist. I realized that. Why is this thing always fighting with me? It's my thing. Why is it that every time that I want to go to the next level, it's almost like it chains me down? And only when I don't listen to it, I get to reap the benefits of whatever, right? If I just don't listen to it. For example, in a conversation that turns into an argument, if you don't listen to your mind, you get to walk away safely, and you leave a crazy person talking to themselves. Right? They're no longer screaming at you, they're talking to themselves. You don't have to say anything if you just don't engage with your mind. I'm not talking about engaging with them. If you just don't engage with your own mind, that's always greater. That's why the old Stoic belief was, whoever can, the war leader that can control himself, his own mind, right, is greater than one that controls entire armies. Because controlling yourself is a whole other deal. It's much greater than controlling people. It's easy to control others. It's the easiest thing. Controlling yourself, that takes that's an art in itself. Rustin says, dude, my mind's a scumbag. I love that. He tricked me to great ideas, but then it stops when I try to execute them. I love that. That's so true. Brent says, I love his live videos. Your advice is invaluable. I'm learning so much. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. That's so hilarious. It's so true. It's like it tricks you into believing that you can do these great things, huh? And then once you start doing them, it tells you, nah, man, there's no way. You're not going to be able to do that. It's not really your mind that is telling you about these great things. It's your heart. There's a difference. But it looks like it's your mind, but it's your heart. Your heart is planting the seed of the possibility that you have. That your whatever you can imagine. I know it sounds a little airy-fairy, but whatever you can imagine, your heart is planting the seed of the possibility. It just is. And where people get it wrong is they think that it's just going to happen. But no, the possibility means your heart is telling you that it's possible in relationship to your experience, to your life, to how much you can work, and on and on. It's telling you the truth because you know yourself better than anyone else. Your heart knows yourself better than anyone else. So it's every time you get one of those seeds planted in your heart, please know that it's true. Whatever the hell you told yourself, whether you can be the next Picasso or you can...
Can I be the next Picasso?
Of course, dude. Whatever it is,
Can I be the next?
the seed is there. It doesn't matter what... Dude, go check what he wants.
Sonic, what is it?
There's a force field around you when you're trying to execute. Yeah, it's your paradigm. I've talked about this in other videos. The force field, that's not just around you, that's around everyone. Everyone has that force field. It's your governor, it's your paradigm. It's what you're willing to do based on your comfort zones. What you're willing to do is not necessarily what you can do. It's not what you can do. You can always do more than what you're willing to do. Everyone can always do more than what they're willing to do. But there's a force field. You said it well. There's a force field around you that is governing your actions. Because those actions are new. You know what I mean? Those actions are new. So because the actions are new, your body goes into shock. Goes, wait a minute, dude. It's like people that do diets and shit like that. You know, like they're like, wait a minute, dude. You had me sitting on a couch 6 hours a day eating Cheetos, and now you're asking of me to wake up at 4 a.m. and go for a jog and eat a salad. Your mind is going to be like, you're fucking bananas. You're trying to kill me. This is not what we agreed on. And that's the force field. That your mind is trying to protect. It's trying to protect itself. Oh, okay, Miko. Muchas gracias, Grace. Yeah, the mind is an interesting, very interesting thing, and all it wants from you is to be comfortable, because it's trying to protect you. And as a matter of fact, it's doing more than just protecting you. It's trying to get you to be consistent. It's trying to get you to be consistent with what you have done in the past year or so, or 3 years, or 10 years. It wants you to be consistent, because that is a sign that you've been all right. That's why habits are so difficult to break, because your mind keeps taking you back to your consistency, because what it knows your consistency. It doesn't know this new thing. It doesn't know this I'm gonna wake up at 4 a.m. thing. It doesn't understand this thing, because although you could do it, but if you haven't been consistent with it, it's a shock. It's a complete shock for your mind. It doesn't understand this. That when people tell me, how many paintings do you do a day? Do you realize how difficult it was to get my mind to understand that it was a good thing for me to do this every day. Because people see me painting, they're like, oh my God, how many paintings do you do a day, Jose? Dude, it was a battle between me and my mind for years to get my mind to understand that this shit was actually good for me and good for my family. It didn't want to participate. It didn't want to help. It was used to the other whatever I had it used to. And so what I've learned is that whatever you want out of life, it's almost always, and I say almost because, I mean, I don't know everything, but I know this. If you start stacking consistency into whatever you want, there's just no way why you shouldn't achieve it. It's inevitable. It becomes inevitable to not achieve it. Like you are going to achieve it. Doesn't matter what it is. And I know again, it sounds airy-fairy. But the human being is very powerful. We just don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't give ourselves enough credit. Because we're always negotiating with our minds. That's the problem, you know. You want to wake up at 4 a.m, you hit the snooze button, and then you tell yourself, oh my God, just a few more minutes. You're constantly negotiating with yourself. Everybody does. In whatever area in our lives. We're constantly negotiating with ourselves. That's a problem. Negotiating with your mind is a problem. It's never right. It never wants to help. And it's what most of us do. It's what I would say 99% of human beings do. We negotiate with our mind all day. Man, I know this is good for me, but I just got to get myself to do it. No, you don't have to get yourself to do it. You need to stop negotiating with your mind. And then do it. Look at that. Man, I came hard today, huh? I came mucho hard today. I need a TED Talk, man. That's what I need. Anyone out there, any of you cats know who's like passing out TED Talks left and right? I need a fucking TED Talk, man. TED Talk. I'd be like the first artist to kill it on a TED Talk. All right, my friends, I'm gonna let you go because now I'm gonna go get some water and I'll come back and finish this painting. If you guys have any questions or need any help, save this local. Yeah. Guys, let me know if you want to learn how I'm doing this, okay? And also how I create my artwork and market and sell my artwork. I'm offering a $20 a month membership where you can get all of my videos, okay? All of my, not like this. I'm talking about nitty gritty, like step-by-step videos. You can get all of my videos, 2 new videos every month, and just for 20 bucks. And yeah, if you want to hear from someone else, let me know. I have a few friends that are subscribed, and they can tell you all about it. That way it doesn't come from me, and you feel safer. By the way, you can unsubscribe anytime you want. There's some videos there that are just gonna blow your mind in regards to learning how to paint and or taking your art career to the next level. I mean the next level, not baby steps. We're gonna take some big steps. Okay, my friends, take care. Talk to you soon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vivek. Thank you so much, Lauren. Thank you, Broston. Take care, my friends.